Hello, my name is Paul Grogan from Gaming Rules, and I'm here with two friends of mine who are also called Paul. So Paul Harris,
hi,
from Invincible Games and the organiser of Handicom, and Paul Luxton, another good friend of mine.
Hi.
And we're going to be playing through KeyForge. Now, neither of you two know how to play this game.
Nope.
So this is going to be a teach and a play at the same time. For those people who don't know, KeyForge is not out at the time of filming this video. I was lucky enough to go to Gen Con and I got a couple of decks from Fantasy Flight Games. The game is going to be coming out Q4 this year. I don't know an exact date. Some people might do. But this is a two-player card game, but it's got a number of differences from other two-player card games. It was designed by Richard Garfield, the designer of Magic the Gathering. But there are some very key differences with this game. And one of the key differences, for those of you who are watching this who don't know, is Paul and Paul both have decks which are unique. Nobody else anywhere in the world will have that exact deck. These decks are procedurally generated by some kind of computer algorithm. That's a list of what's in the deck. The card back is also computer generated, so nobody else in the world will have this card back. And the name of the character as well, that's also computer generated, and nobody else anywhere in the world will have that. So the concept of this game was mind-blowing. When I was first told about of how this was going to work, I was like, no, I'm not understanding this. You've got a deck of cards. You are not allowed to change that deck at all. This is your 36 card deck. You buy it. It will cost you $10 or £8 in the UK. That's your deck. You'll never change it. You will always play with that deck. You're not allowed to take any cards out. You're not allowed to add any cards in. There's no customization of your deck, which for some people is a big plus. And for other people who like building their own decks, it's a big minus. For me, it's a big plus because I'm terrible at deck construction. As people who played Magic with me 20 years ago will know. Anyway, enough of the blurb. Let's go on to how the game plays. First of all, if you can shuffle your decks and put that to one side.
I've been doing that solidly for the last hour.
So that's fine. You've probably shuffled it so that everything's back.
I think I am shuffling.
Yes, it was. So the objective now, you want to keep that in the middle for reasons. So the objective. No, put your deck to one side. Okay. Right. The objective of the game is to forge 6 keys, 3 keys. 3 keys, not 6. That will go on forever. You forge 3 keys and you win the game, right? Because the game's not out yet and I was only given 2 decks, I don't have the actual components that come with the starter set. So we're using these little crab tokens, right? So the objective of the game is to get 3 crabs. As soon as you get 3 crabs, you win immediately. Right. To get 1 crab, at the start of your turn, you need to have 6 of this stuff, which is called amber or ember, however you want to pronounce it. If you have at least 6 amber, I'll call it amber. It's A-E-M-B-R, so... Amber. Jury's out on how it's actually pronounced. If you have 6 at the start of your turn, you can turn it in and forge a key. Only at the start of your turn, right? If you have more than 6, let's say you had 12, you can still only ever forge 1 key per turn, right? And it is etiquette in the game, it's in the rule book, that if you end your turn with at least 6, you have to say to your opponent, because there are things that they might be able to do that will slow you down. Right. So to start the game, we need to decide who is going to be the start player. So whoever gets the crab is the start player.
Is it the last person to forge a key?
No. Oh. Paul's the start player. So, oddly enough, you draw 7 cards and you draw 6. And we had to read that again in the rulebook to think, wait a minute, is that correct? And it is, for reasons that will become clear very soon. So these cards are going to be in your hand.
I've got a good hand.
Have you?
I don't know what it does, but it looks...
Now, normally, when you're playing the game properly, there are mulligan rules. If you don't like your hand, you can reshuffle it in, draw again, 1 less. Okay? Because you've no idea what cards there are. We're just going to skip that bit for now. But normally, there would be a mulligan rule. Now, your deck is made up of... There are 7 houses in the game. Each of these decks is made up of 12 cards, each of 3 houses. Unfortunately, I mean, I opened 2 random packs, but 2 of the houses on each of these decks is the same. That's just the look of the draw, okay? But this deck has House Sanctum, and this deck has House Logos. They're the unique ones. Each house plays in a different way. So although you're going into the game not knowing at all what's in your opponent's deck, you know what houses are in their deck.
Yeah.
Therefore, you have an idea. Obviously, you won't because you don't know the game, but you know you will get to an idea of how that particular house plays. Anyway, right. So you're going first. You will take it in turns. in your turn, a turn is divided into 5 steps. Step 1 is forge your key. Do you have 6 amber to be able to forge your key? No, right. Step 2 is you choose a house. Okay, so you will choose one of those 3 houses, and that's step 2. Step 3 is you can play, use, and or discard any number of cards from that house. So this is the first big thing about this game, is cards do not have a cost to play. You can play as many cards as you want on your turn, but only of the house that you chose. Okay? Right, now, the disadvantage of being the first player is you only get to do one thing. You only get to play or discard 1 card on the first turn of the game.
Sounds like a massive misfortune to him.
What, go from going first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, there are 4 types of cards in the game. There are creatures. Creatures will say the name creature underneath their name. And there's also a number in a big red box on the left-hand side. A lot of the cards are creatures. Creatures come into play and you can then use them on future turns to do special stuff. While we're talking about creatures, there's another type of card. There are not many of them, but they're upgrades. You play upgrades on creatures that make them better. Okay? There is another type of card called an artifact. Artifacts, again, come into play and you can use them later. And the 4th type of card is an action card, where you play it, it does what it says, and then you discard it. Okay. Now, one other very important thing about this game, which does make it very different from a lot of other card games, is I mentioned that you can discard cards. Now, normally, card draw in most card games is absolutely critical. In this game, don't worry about it, because you draw back up to your hand size at the end of your turn. And if your deck ever runs out, you just reshuffle and you go again. So part of the skill in this game is going, right, well, I've got these cards. They're good cards, but right now, I don't need them. So I'm going to discard them so that I draw more. And obviously, once you get to know your own deck, you will be discarding cards in order to go through your deck faster in order to get to the cards that you want. Anyway, that's a basic overview. We'll explain the rest as we go along. It's your turn first, Paul. So basically, you can play or discard 1 card. Okay, so you've chosen House Brobnar. You can tell the house of a card by the top left.
That might be a stupid thing to do, actually.
Well, that's an action card. So that would play, be discarded, and do nothing.
Like definitely go for that.
For the remainder of the turn.
The turn, and it's now your turn.
And you get to play 1 card.
You get to play 1 card.
Oh, so not
no
the remainder of the round?
No, there's no rounds. It's turns.
Okay.
No take-backsies? Are we sticking with that?
No, we're allowing takes-backsies.
Oh,
it's a learning game.
It's a massive shame.
I taught how to play Paul Luxton.
I haven't won a game. I haven't won
rounds.
any game of any sort for a long time.
Oh, okay.
I'll take whatever
It's
I can
all right.
get.
Stick with me. You'll be fine. So yeah, just play a creature would be my advice if you have a creature.
Yeah.
Or an artifact. If you have an artifact, play an artifact.
Yeah, I don't understand it. So
Anything will do.
I'll play it.
Right. Okay, so this is an artifact. Artifacts come into play exhausted. And we put artifacts down there. So creatures we're going to put up here.
Yeah.
Artifacts we're going to put down there. Right, that is the end of your go.
Okay.
Well, that's step 3. Step 4 is all of your cards that are exhausted ready.
Right. So that's
Okay,
gonna.
that now ready. So this is another thing that people who've played Magic the Gathering really get caught out on, because in Magic the Gathering and in a lot of other games you untap at the start of your turn. Not in this game. Okay, you ready your cards in step 4.
Right.
Step 5, draw back up to your hand size, which is 6.
Right.
So you don't.
Nothing.
So that is your go done. Paul, step 1, you don't have 6 amber. Step 2, choose a house.
Ooh, I've got a variety of options.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just because it feels really beautiful, I'm going to be Dis.
Okay, so house Dis.
And I'm going to play a creature that means that he has to pay me an amber in order to use an artifact.
Okay, so creatures, again, they come into play exhausted.
Okay.
But creatures have lots of different special abilities. This special ability doesn't have a keyword at the start of it. What that means is this effect is active even when the creature's exhausted.
Okay.
Okay? Do you want to play, use, or discard any other cards of that house?
I do not.
You choose not to. So it's step 4, all of your cards ready. Step 5, draw back up to your hand size of 6. And your go is done. So to use that artifact, you have to pay Paul 1 amber.
Yeah.
Which you don't
Don't
have.
have.
Right, it's your go.
So now I'm stuck with this house?
No. So
Or this is now
forget that.
different choice?
Yeah, this is now a new turn. So step 1, forge a key. Step 2, choose a house.
Yeah.
Which house would you like to choose this turn?
Sanctum.
Okay. Play, use and or discard any number of cards of that house.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can generate an amber by...
Yes, and we'll come on to that in a minute.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to play that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. You can play
That's
it.
an action.
That is an action.
You need a creature down first.
Why?
Of that.
No. You've chosen House Sanctum. You can play any number of cards from House Sanctum. But that is a powerful card, and you would be playing it just to get rid of that. But if you want to, that's fine.
Because if I play it, it's never going to come back into...
No, it might. But what I'm saying is Paul might have 6 creatures in play. That's the point to play that card. But you could play it now, and it would destroy that.
But just because of the arrangement of cards I've got...
Yeah.
Do you mind me asking what a chain is, please?
Chains are bad.
Oh dear.
Okay, chains you will get as a side effect of a powerful card. I mean, they're not game losing bad. As soon as you play it, I'll then explain what the chains do. But yeah, they basically hinder you slightly. Interestingly enough, the chains are also apparently going to be used in competitive play at tournaments, because you will register your deck and you will turn up at a tournament and you will scan in the QR code that's on the back of here. And apparently, I don't know this yet for fact, but if that deck has like won loads of tournaments and done really well, they'll say, hello, Mr. Harris. You know, welcome to... I see you're using Notariana, Nesperiah deck. Oh, that's been doing really well for the last 6 months. And you will start the game with some chains.
Ah,
you
it's like a handicap system.
It's like a handicap system. And I was saying that's a stupid idea. That will never ever work. And then somebody told me about golf, which has had the handicap system
I have heard of this.
Yeah, apparently
it's
golf's a
mystic
thing.
sport.
So, again, there's so much about this game which is new, exciting, crazy new ideas, never been done before. Whether this is going to be a success or not, we don't know. It's still too early to tell. Right now, what I can tell you is it's new, it's exciting, it's doing different things, and this might be the next best thing, or it might crash and burn.
Right now I do know
I'm just going to play that.
myself and Paul are among two of the best players in the world.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So you're choosing House Dis.
I am.
Right, so that means you can play this as a creature. It comes into play, exhausted.
Yeah.
Okay, it has a play ability. Any card that has a play ability, that ability triggers at the moment you play it, and only at the moment you play it.
Only at the moment.
Only at the moment you play it.
Oh, that's bloody useless.
Did you want to take that back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely want to
Okay.
take that back.
Yeah.
This could be a long video.
It might be a long video, but we're probably not going to do the whole game. But by the time somebody has forged
Let's just
one
put
kit,
that out for a minute then.
you have known how to play. Right, so you've chosen House Sanctum.
Yeah.
You've played a creature which comes into play exhausted. We'll come on to the ability in a minute. Are there any other cards from House Sanctum that you want to play?
Yeah, that one. Which is also
So that's another creature. So again, that comes into play as
Yeah.
well, exhausted. Your creatures form a battle line. Every creature that you play must go on the far left or the far right of that battle line. You can't slot creatures in the middle.
Yeah.
And any creatures on the outside of the battle line are known as flank creatures, in case you have any cards that mention the word flank. Okay, any other cards you want to play, use or discard?
From that house.
Right. You can't use these because they're exhausted.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
so
fine.
step 4, they ready.
Yep.
And then step 5, draw back up to your hand size. Right.
So is there any attack effect?
Yes.
Oh.
But in order to be able to use this creature, you must choose House Dis.
Ah.
This is where, from my experience with playing the game, which is, I've only played it like 4 or 5 times, this is the really interesting choice that you have to make. Let's say you really wanted to use this creature, but you can only do so by choosing that house, but you have other cards in hand from a different house that you want to play. Which one do I choose? So, yeah, it's up to you. And there are things that creatures can do.
Okay. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to choose Brobnar.
Okay, so choosing House Brobnar.
I'd like to
So it comes into play exhausted.
play like that.
Yeah. So this is a troll. This is very...
Do I have to upgrade another Brobnar house?
Nope.
Or can I
You can
upgrade
upgrade
my
anything.
Tentacus?
Okay. So you're playing Blood of the Titans. Okay, so this creature has +5 power. It's more powerful. Now, there's a little icon on there that we've not seen before.
Ooh.
That means when you play this card, you get 1 amber.
I definitely knew that.
There you
I
go.
predicted that's.
Take an amber.
Oh, winning.
Pop it on there.
Winning.
Okay.
And I draw back up to 6.
Are you done with...
House Brobnar has served me well.
Draw back up to 6. And then you're ready. Well,
I feel very
ready,
much like I used to
and
have.
then you draw back up to 6.
Used to be when playing Dune and had various houses.
Right, Paul. So, in order to be able to do anything with these creatures this turn, you need to choose House Sanctum. Otherwise...
Unless I've got a card that says...
Unless you have a card that...
Ready and fight with a friendly creature.
Yeah.
Does that mean the same house?
Yeah, no. A friendly creature is
that's
any
what I
of
was
your...
assuming.
Yep.
So, I choose House Brognar.
Okay.
Play that.
Right. So for the remainder of this turn, you will gain 1 amber every time a friendly creature fights.
And then play that. And I've played it so I get an amber.
Played it so you get an amber. Which goes on your Archon card. So that allows you to ready and fight with a friendly creature.
So I'm going to ready and fight with one of these.
Okay. I'll let you take this back when we work out what happens.
Yeah, I can see that this is probably a bad idea.
So
just
when
adding the numbers
when
up.
a creature fights, it deals its power in damage to the creatures fight each other. The number in the red box is how much damage they deal and also how many hit points they have. So if either of yours fight either of those will die and those will stay alive.
Yeah.
What I would do in your situation,
I'm going to fight with that one.
and for reasons we haven't explained, is not choose House Brobnar, choose House Sanctum and reap with these 2 creatures. Possibly. Well, it's up to you because that's not really going to do very much. Okay. Well, you're going to gain 1 amber.
Okay. Yeah, well I'll put that.
But you'll gain 2 amber if you reap.
Okay. Will I?
Mm-hmm. Because I haven't explained reaping yet.
Okay.
So I would choose House Sanctum.
Alright, let's just have a look at my Sanctum cards then.
And you can play, use and discard in any order. So you could do something with these
so
first.
What's happening to stuff after it's played and used when you say stuff only gets used once?
No, I didn't say that. It can be used every turn, as long as it's still there. Once a card is in play, you can keep using it every turn. Using it is...
Right, so...
Unless it's an action card.
Does the order that I'm going to play these 2 in matter? So
it might.
Yeah, I'm thinking...
Depends what you've got.
Well. So, reap, capture 1.
We'll come on to reap in a minute, but remember it comes into play exhausted.
Then I'm going to destroy each creature with power 3 or higher.
Yeah. So you don't want to play that, because that will destroy everything.
Oh, including mine?
Yeah. I'm not sure why, but everybody who I've taught how to play this game gets confused by that card.
So if I do that... Oh no, they are 3s.
Oddly enough, I don't know why it doesn't say destroy all creatures.
Yeah.
It says destroy each creature. But most people, when they're playing it, go, oh, well, that's me as well, is it? And I'm like, yeah, that's you.
So let's just play that one.
Okay, so it comes into play exhausted.
Yeah.
So you have these 2 creatures.
Yeah.
You chose House Sanctum, which means you can now use these 2 creatures. When you use a creature, it can do one of 3 things. It can either fight, it can reap, or if it has an action, it can do an action.
Right.
Now, fighting we kind of briefly mentioned, and that's not good for you in this situation. Reaping is you exhaust it and you get an amber. And if it had a reap ability, you would also then get to do the reap ability.
Which is irrelevant. So, you said I was going to get 2 amber.
Yeah, because you reap with this one.
And I reap with that one.
And you reap with that one. And you get an amber for each.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you get 2 amber.
Fine.
Okay?
Yeah.
And if you're done,
which I am,
then you ready your cards. And you draw back up to your hand size. Right.
Okay, I'm going for House Dis.
Okay. You're going to choose
Dis is what I'm going to do.
Dis House.
So I'm going to play that as an action, which means I play it and it immediately goes in the discard pile?
Yeah, so your discard pile is normally to the right of your deck or the left of your deck, depending on where you want to put it.
I normally play across...
So your discard spell's going to be here. Okay, that's fine. So it generates an amber when you play it.
Yeah. So I take an amber.
Yep, you put it on there. And your opponent discards a card at random from their hand. Okay. That's made him angry.
And I'm then going to put that one out ready to play.
And it has a play ability. So that playability happens now.
When I play it, so
when
I
you play it,
capture
captures
those three.
Yeah. Now, no. Capture, they go on there, right?
So would reap.
You don't have them. They are not yours. You will never have those.
Okay.
What you've done is you've temporarily captured them from Paul. As soon as this creature leaves play, you can have them back.
Okay.
So that creature has got your 2 amber in its pocket.
Right.
And if you get rid of that creature, then you'll get them back.
Okay.
It slows you down.
This one I don't want to play.
But you want to
discard.
You can discard it. Okay. Don't forget you've still got this creature.
As I was about to do.
So you're going to reap, fight. Yeah, reap or fight.
So I would like to fight.
Okay. So you exhaust it. You are going to do 10 damage. Who are you going to attack?
Does it have to be one?
You attack. Each creature will fight. Yeah, it's a 1-on-1. So you might want to look at the abilities that they have. That's a particularly bad one for you, because when it reaps, it will capture 1 from you.
So I think I want to kill him.
Okay, so the way it works is that you're going to do 10 damage to that. It has 2 points of armour, and an extra armour for that.
Yeah.
So that kills it. It does 4 damage back, so we take the little red cubes, put them on there. That has taken 4 damage, and that is dead.
Yep.
Now, don't get attached to your creatures. Creatures in this game come, do something, go. Or just come and go without doing something. There will be a high turnover of creatures.
Okay.
So I was playing this against Matt from Creaking Shelves at HandyCon, and every time I killed his creatures, he was going rah, rah, rah. And I was like, no, this is how the game plays. Don't overthink. Don't forget to ready your cards at the end of your turn.
So does that mean that's one health point away from death?
The power is it's how much damage it deals and how many hit points it's got. So that creature deals 10 damage,
and what's that symbol?
That's a weird. I don't know why they didn't just use a dash. That means no armor.
Okay.
They used the tilde symbol. Oddly.
So that's currently got 6 left.
Six more wounds on it, and it will die. Okay. Yeah, keep your creatures together just because they're in a battle line, right? So
what is purge?
Purge is remove from the game. You don't do it on yours. You do it on.
Oh.
Hmm. Oh, can you do it on yours? Okay. So you could.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not sure you'd want to.
Well,
it might get
you're thinning your deck.
But when you've only got a fixed deck of 36, I'm not sure.
From all the games I've played, you normally go through your deck at least once, sometimes twice. So you're not going through it, like a deck building type game. So what house are you choosing?
I'm choosing, but that's not going to fire into. Oh no, that's when I play it. Yeah, okay. So I'm choosing this.
Okay.
Play that.
That's an action, so it's not a creature.
Yeah.
You just play it. It does what it says.
Just
so you get an amber for playing it.
Yeah.
Choose a discard pile. Yeah. So those 2 are purged. They're gone. They are out of the game.
Oh. Well, thank you so much for telling me that.
That's what purging does. There are other words as well which we will come across as the game goes on, and that's all you're doing.
That's all I'm doing.
And it wasn't able to use these because it didn't choose. Didn't choose that house. Right. Back to you. Choose a house.
Okay. Logos, I think, are in this season.
They're in. Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to do is play an action which plays the top card of my deck.
Yep. So this generates an amber for playing it. Wild Wormhole, you play the top card of your deck. So randomness.
It's a Fire Spitter Giant creature.
Comes into play exhausted.
Then I'm going to play the Artifact Library of Babel, which is an action.
Yep, so again, it's an artifact, so it comes into play.
So I don't do the
here.
action when I play it, but I can
on a future turn, when you choose this house, you can then use this card.
I'm going to discard that card.
Because you don't want it.
Because I don't want to gain a chain.
Yeah.
So that he loses.
Well, it's also a bad card for you right now.
Yes.
And
I'm going to play this.
You can play it either to the left or the right.
I'm going to discard it, actually, because...
Well, I mean, it's a creature.
Oh, it's a creature,
yeah. Creatures are good. Exhausted. And I think, You don't have any creatures in play.
That seems to be all the things what I can do.
Okay, so that's pretty good. So they ready. And then you draw back up to 6. Did you keep that card that you showed me earlier?
Yeah.
So now might be the time. But use these first. Because you remember, you can do things in any order. So you use them first,
Yeah.
and then play that card.
So I choose. Just before I do that,
Yep.
if I'm concerned about how many amber Paul's got, how many has he got at the moment? Is it 3 or 5?
He has 3. This is not his and will never be his.
So that's not counted. That's fine. I thought that was the case.
Well, from all of the cards I've seen, there is no way of taking a captured amber onto an Archon. I've only seen a small portion of the cards in the game. So there may be cards in the game that do that. I have not seen one.
But for my purposes, it's those that I'm looking at, not those.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm choosing Sanctum. I shall be attacking. Can I do anything else useful first? No, I can't. That's unfortunate. Yeah, okay, so anyway, I'll use this one.
Yep.
To attack that one. Reap. Reap gets
your amber.
Amber. Gets me amber from there.
Yeah, attacking them will just kill that.
Okay, so let's just reap then.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you exhaust it, generate an amber, and with that one, exhaust it. Now they both have reap abilities, so that reap ability would happen.
Why has he got 2 reap?
When you reap.
Why did he get 2 on the first reap?
He didn't. You got 1 for each. But what I'm saying is if it has a reap ability, that reap ability happens as well as getting the amber. It's just that ability actually doesn't do anything right now, and that ability doesn't do anything right now. But you've got to remember that every creature can reap.
Yeah.
If it has a reap ability, then it gets that as a bonus.
Okay.
Right, so you've reaped with those 2. And now
I'm playing this.
The Spirit's Way.
Each creature with power 3 or higher dies. So those do it.
I did say don't get attached to your creatures, didn't I?
Yeah.
So that goes. All of these go. You get that back. Boom.
Okay, just before that changed, so they were still over there.
Yeah.
If Paul had a card that it mattered how many I had, amber I had.
You got 3.
I've got 3, and now I've got 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Any other cards from House Sanctum that you want to play?
No.
Okay, so you draw back up to your hand size. Over to you. Where's all your creatures gone?
They've gone on holiday. They were quite happy with the way things were. They didn't really need to be anywhere.
Okay.
Urgently. So this is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So I'm going to mind barb
again.
So
you get another ember.
Get rid of this.
Okay.
And I get some amber.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose not to destroy each creature for 3 chains.
But you're going to get rid of it. To cycle through your cards. So each of these decks has a number of reset buttons in them. I didn't know whether every deck in the world would have a number of reset buttons. From the people that I've spoken to, they do. And I'm glad of that, because otherwise if one person gets loads of creatures out, I think the game needs these reset buttons in there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to play Toxin.
Comes into play exhausted.
She likes to stand up first,
then
have a lie down. Yeah, she's a brave creature, and the Guardian Demon.
Yeah, so that's interesting. It has an ability that happens when you play it, every time it fights and every time you reap.
I mean, you may not be able to see it, but she's healing just the landscape.
Okay.
For 2.
Okay, that's fine.
All done. And that is the end of my turn. So they're gonna.
You draw back up to 6.
Stand up.
Your go.
So I'm going to choose this.
Okay.
I'm going to play that creature. Then I'm going to use this.
Okay, so you exhaust it to use it.
Exhaust it to use it.
Yeah, shuffle your hand and your discard pile back into your deck, and then that's it. So you then draw 6 new cards.
Yeah.
Your go.
Okay.
Oh, and that readies. Yeah, that's going to be the thing. So I knew that Magic players would forget to ready their cards at the end of the turn, but non-Magic players are forgetting to do it as well. So
yeah, I was just shuffling.
So I'm using Brognar.
Okay.
So I'm going to... It's frustrating, but I can't really do much I want to do.
Choose a different house.
I might well do this. Yeah, so I'm going to just, for fun, I'm going to go play Logos.
And you can use that
Draw
first.
a card.
So that draws a card.
And then I play the Harlan Minelock and take control of a flank creature, which I'm assuming that's a flank creature because it is on
I
edge.
think so, yeah.
Do I just take it?
Yeah, and I think it maintains its current status.
Which was
ready.
Ready.
So yeah.
nice.
So Paul has this creature of yours until this leaves play, because that's mind controlling that one.
Okay.
And I'm also going to play this action. Each player loses half their amber.
You'll both
rounding
lose
down.
2.
So I'm just going to discard it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, because you'd both lose 2 and you'd get a chain.
Yeah.
So.
And then that's all I want to do.
That readies.
That readies.
Draw back up to 6.
Draw it back up to 6.
Oh, that should have readied as well.
Yeah.
Right, off you go. It's fairly close at the moment, I think. Most of the games I've had of this are close. One of the games at Handicon was very one-sided. I don't know whether that was due to, both players were, I think, new to the game. But yeah, I've had a lot of games which have gone very to the wire. We need some interlude music for
I'm
thinking.
going to choose this.
Okay.
And I'm just going to discard those 3.
Well, you might as well put that one into play. It's an artifact.
Okay.
And put that one into play as an artifact.
Well. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, if you want to put your artifacts over there, because if that's your discard pile,
Yeah.
pop your artifacts there.
So that with a discard.
Mm-hmm.
3 left. That refreshes. I draw 3.
Okay. So that has a new keyword that we haven't explained yet. Omni. You may choose to use that card no matter which house you choose.
Okay.
And that is a reset button. It sacrifices itself.
That means both players.
Each creature.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why they chose that terminology rather than all creatures, but I'm sure they had reasons. Right. Off we go then, Mr. Creature Advantage. So this is the thing. You could now choose House Dis, Reap, and gain 3 amber.
This is a thing I could choose
You
to
could
do.
choose to do that. But you may have other plans.
I mean, one thing I was thinking about was all the plans.
Yeah. Because if I was Paul, I'd be using the key to Dis next turn. Probably. Because there's this.
I haven't got a key.
He hasn't got a key.
It's that. That is the key to Dis.
Oh,
so
Yep.
discard the card.
Yep. Sacrifice the card. Yeah,
I thought I had to have a key. That's why.
No.
When you were saying play it, I was
you thought you had to have.
I thought I had to let them get rid of it, and I'm thinking, I'm never going to do that.
Yeah. Sacrifice key to Dis. That is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's key to Dis.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You have a key. It's that.
Sacrifice this
it's not
card.
one of these keys.
Yeah. Sacrifice this card would have been. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, whenever a card refers to itself by name, it only refers to itself and not any other cards in play with the same name.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I think I'm just going to go Dis.
Okay.
And just go 1
Reap. Yeah.
2 Reap, which means you can get rid of that one.
And Reap.
Reap.
So you get 3.
I just need to advertise the fact I'm currently on 6 or more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's in the rules.
Because what I was told earlier.
Yep.
And then you read your cards, draw back up to your hand size. So this is the thing, you didn't play any cards from your hand this turn.
No.
And sometimes that's the right thing to do, because you just use the things you have in play. Right. If you don't do nothing, Paul's going to get a key on his next turn.
Well, I'm going to be choosing this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play that. Making keys cost 3 more next turn.
When you use it.
When I use it.
Yeah, you can't use it.
Oh, I can't use it until next turn.
No. It's a great card, but yes.
Well, let's get it out. Oh, hang on. Let's do this thing. Yeah, okay. I'll choose Rob Nor instead then.
Okay.
bring that creature into play.
Yep. So it comes into play exhausted. It has a play ability.
Yeah.
Missed.
That'll be me done.
So that readies. You get your card. Right, do you want to forge your key?
Yes, please.
Hey! So you get rid of the 6 of those. Have a crab.
I mean, and I haven't even played yet.
No, that was step 1. So step 2.
I think I'm going to play Brobnar.
Okay. I'll just keep turning your card sideways.
Yeah.
So the Rock Hurling Giant, this ability, remember, can be used even if this card is exhausted. So you have that ability right now if you wanted to. So a quick aside while they're thinking, the starter decks of this game come with 2 starter decks in them, which are pre-constructed decks. I believe everybody's getting the same one, and they contain simplified cards. So I mean, these 2 packs that I'm playing here were actual packs that you would normally buy. So they contain all of the different well, not all of them, but lots and lots of different keywords and complex rules and things like that. The starter deck comes with 2 fixed starter decks to help you learn how to play the game. There's quick start rules. And also, it comes with 2 actual completely random decks, like what I've got here. So there we go. Right.
So did you say during
what I'm saying is
that's now active.
This ability is active now.
Okay.
If you wanted to use it, you might not, but.
So I've upgraded it.
Okay, so it's got an upgrade. And just a note, even though this is a Brobnar upgrade, you can play it on anything. So what that means is, when this creature is destroyed, it actually goes back to Paul's hand, and everything takes 3 damage.
And I'm then going to discard these 3.
Ooh.
No.
Interesting.
I'm going to play that action. For the remainder of the turn, gain 1 every time an enemy creature is destroyed.
So every time an enemy creature is destroyed, gain 1 amber, right?
And then I'm going to discard those 2.
Yeah.
Which should do 4 damage each to that creature.
So you're going to throw 2 rocks at Bumpsy.
And he's going to die.
Bumpsy dies.
Meaning I get
because of that, you get an amber.
Well, when it was discarded, it works.
This is each time you discard a Brobnar card from hand, deal 4 damage to a creature.
So damage him for 8.
So it's 4 damage to it, and another 4 damage to it.
Right, but where was the amber coming from?
Because
Well,
he
another
played
card I played-
Loot the Bodies.
Each time an enemy creature is destroyed, I get an amber.
But that's,
Sorry, amber.
I'm confused about why you're saying that's played when it's gone to the discard pile.
You play it, it does what it says, and then it goes to the discard pile.
Fine.
Or you could, I guess you could leave
yeah,
it
it just
in play.
makes more sense if you leave it there.
Leave it in
end.
play. Okay, that's fine.
To me, anyway.
So that's dead.
1,
Yeah,
2,
And you got your amber.
yeah.
3.
I'm nominating this.
4.
And we can play in that, using that.
Boom.
They're all dead.
No, they're not.
No,
That goes
so
back into his hand.
that goes back to your hand. You
that
get
goes back to
back
there.
there, and this all goes.
Yeah.
You don't have any other cards from disc that you wanted
No,
to
I
play?
only had 1 discard.
Okay. 1 discard.
Yeah.
I think dis is short for sort of like disruption, I think. But it does, it's a bit unusual.
It leaves room for a lot of punning.
It does.
And I think that's
If
very
only
well
we
designed.
knew someone who was good at puns.
And sadly we don't.
Oh dear.
Right, so
Okay, I'm going to play as Dis.
yeah,
When I play it, choose a house, return each creature of that house from your discard pile to your hand, but I do gain a chain.
what house would you like to choose?
Dis, please.
There you go. Here are all your disc creatures back.
But what's a chain?
Little green cube.
Bad.
What is
Yeah.
the badness of that?
I'll explain at the end of your turn.
Okay. I'm then going to play
All of those creatures that have just come out of your discard pile.
None of these are particularly great.
That happens now. That's an action card.
Yes. There.
So you do it, resolve it, and then it's fine. You can play it. It gets an
Yeah.
amber.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything. But you want to play it before you put creatures in play. He's off again. Yeah, I'll let you play that first if you wanted to.
As in before I play all of these? Well, yes,
Yeah.
I will.
So it deals 1 damage to each creature. There was none in play at the time, so you get an amber. Then you play these 3. And another one.
And I'm done.
Okay, I'm going to nominate Sanctum. So let's put that one out to start.
Comes in. Yeah. Remember, everything comes into play exhausted.
Yeah, I need it. I'm going to turn around in a second because I need to.
Okay. I think it only matters if you're playing ones of a house that you've got in play, so that you know which ones you've used and which ones you haven't used.
What does archive mean in this sense?
A special reserve area only for you.
Right.
Can I play from it?
You can take cards from your archive back into your hand during step 2. Wow.
Yeah.
So you had 6 Sanctum cards in
So I had 6 Sanctum cards in my hand.
Okay, so you've chosen to have Sanctum.
Yeah.
You've played them all.
Yeah.
But
this
that had a playability.
Yes, which allows this one to attack that one.
No.
Why?
Right. Go through the cards and play them in the order that you played them. Because the order is important.
Okay, that's why I was putting them down so that I could do this right.
Right.
So if I put that one down first,
It comes in play exhausted. Yeah.
then that one.
Right, now, yeah, you can do that.
Now I can do that one.
So now you can ready
Yeah.
and fight with a neighbouring creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I fight that one with that one.
Okay. So you deal 4 damage to that.
Yeah. So it dies.
That dies.
Yeah.
You get that back.
Yep.
That deals 4 damage to you.
That dies.
That dies. No, it doesn't. It's got 2 armour. Hello, Rick's here. We are filming
yeah.
live, but hello, Rick.
Hello.
So it gets,
That takes 2 damage. This goes to the discard pile.
right.
Yeah. And then you play your other ones. Creatures join ranks as well. So, the battle line
Yeah.
closes up to fill the gaps.
1 and 2 more of those.
You get 2 more amber because of those. Now it's recommended that if you have any taunt creatures,
Yeah.
you do that.
Okay.
Just so your opponent knows
Right.
you cannot attack
Those without
those
Why not?
because that has taunt.
This creature's neighbours cannot be attacked unless they have taunt.
Oh, unless they also have taunt. Right. Okay. Yeah.
I assume that means unless the taunt's on these,
Yes.
not unless Paul's got
Yeah,
taunt.
yeah.
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 And I do also have enough stuff for a key.
Yeah. Right.
I suppose I better draw 6 cards.
If you're able to get in and pull the chair up, you're welcome to join us.
Okay, I'm choosing Brodnar.
Try not to kill yourself tripping over the lights on the way.
So I do that
Yeah.
and do that.
Right.
Then when I play Follow the Leader, when I play it, for the remainder of the turn, each friendly creature may fight.
Yeah. Exactly.
Does that mean these 2
No,
can
they're
as
not
well?
readied, but
Yeah,
it means
only
you
the
can
ready ones.
fight with these, but only fight, not read.
Yes. So fight with all of them. When this one fights, it heals up to 2 damage. So I want to do that after some damage has happened.
Yeah.
So first of all, I'm going to fight.
Be careful fighting against Sanctum. Sanctum is known for having protection creatures with lots of armour, as you will see from these cards.
So I'll fight with the Terror first.
Okay, who are you going to fight?
I have to fight the Taunted.
Or this one.
Yes.
The taunt is only protecting the ones on either side.
No, I
of
think
it.
I'd like to fight the Taunty one.
Okay, so you deal 5 damage to it.
Yeah.
So it takes 4 damage. And you die.
Yeah.
So that's that gone.
But then if I fight with this one,
Yeah.
it does 5
5 damage, which kills it. And
Do I get anything back?
this dies.
Okay.
And creatures form ranks.
No, sorry. Can I go back?
Yes, absolutely.
I do apologize. So I do want to do the Terror
Okay.
with the 4 damage on there. This one, I want to fight the Staunch King.
This one.
Yes.
Right. So 5 damage to that. 2 is absorbed. 3 goes on. It dies.
So he's on a flank, so he's getting +2.
Yeah, that. Oh, right, yeah.
Ah.
6.
Yeah, it's got
So
6.
6.
Wait a minute then.
You can still kill it.
Because you want to heal him, don't you? With that
Yes. But he will die.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still... I've got nothing that needs healing.
No.
And I'm not going to unless...
Well, yeah. Heal up to 2 damage from a creature. Doesn't have to be yours.
Oh, right. So I could fight and heal those 2 damage and move them to there.
Mm-hmm. Or reap and move those 2 damage to there.
Oh,
Remember
but no,
that ability?
I can only fight... Because I've
Oh,
chosen
sorry,
Brobnar.
yes.
I can... My Brobnar thing is...
Each friendly creature may fight. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You can only fight.
But when I fight, I can still do the heal damage to something else.
Right, now. The keyword fight, in order for the ability to work, that creature has to survive the fight. It's like it should say after fight.
Yes.
Because there is an ability called before fight.
Right.
So fight, from what I understand it, actually means after the fight.
Okay.
Okay.
So... Yeah, it's not going to work, is it?
Probably not.
Doesn't matter. I'll just do some
stuff.
Do some stuff.
If you
Yeah.
fight this guy and do damage,
They're
to
both
him,
going to die. They're both going to die.
oh, he won't survive, will he?
No.
No.
So either way, I'll fight him with them.
Okay, which kills both of them.
Yeah. And that one I will fight.
I mean, it's may fight. You don't have to.
I'll fight that one.
It won't kill it. Has that been dealt damage this turn?
Yes.
Right. There's something about armour I didn't mention. Armour isn't permanent every time it gets attacked.
Right.
From what I've read, armour is per turn.
It would have still killed it anyway.
So that armour has actually been used this turn.
Right.
So that's
yeah, 4 more damage will
Four
kill
more
it.
damage, so it kills it.
Yeah.
Has that got 6 health? Because it's got
It does,
plus 2.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. And you're done.
Yeah.
So draw back up. You're almost at reshuffling your discard pile.
It's not just disses in there, it's Brobnars and logos as well.
Oh, okay. It's the start of your turn, Paul. What would you like to do? Step 1.
Yeah.
Would you like a crab?
I think I would.
There you go. Spend 6 amber, have a crab.
Then I'm going to nominate Sanctum.
Oh, chain. I didn't mention what it did.
No, you didn't.
Did you have to draw back up to your hand size?
Yes.
Right, okay. Did you draw this card?
Yes.
Was it the last card you drew?
Yes.
Okay.
Or 1 less card.
If you have between 1 and 6 chains, then you draw 1 fewer card.
But discard the chain.
And then you lose a chain.
Well, that's not that
So
bad,
you
is
drew
it?
up to 5
You get
and lost the chain.
3 chains or 4
Okay.
or 5 chains.
Yeah.
Do you have to sing the song The Chain? Like down.
Yeah, anyway, so I'm
I was
nominating
thinking of actually
Sanctum.
getting some little chains.
So I'll reap and reap.
Okay, yeah. So you get 2 amber.
So I get 2 amber.
Yeah.
That doesn't stop them fighting, does it? Reaping.
Yes.
It
They
does.
either reap or they fight.
I feel in the interest of knowing what these cards are, I need to shuffle these cards.
Yeah.
It's not right that I know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that
yeah, that's
top
fine.
card is.
Wipe out both of them
I could.
and then keep your eyes.
But,
Oh yeah, I mean you've got.
But it only protects it from my turn, not his. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got no people out then.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to drink the potion of invulnerability. The potion of invulnerability.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, let's nominate Sanctum then.
Mm-hmm.
Play that one. Activate that one.
So that goes.
That goes as sacrifice.
Yeah. Drink the potion. So his creatures cannot take damage this turn.
Okay. How are we going to show that?
No, it's not. It's not.
No.
No.
How are we going to show that?
It
Oh,
starts,
that's a reap.
And then you've played it on your hand. It starts.
Yeah. No. I know.
Yeah, you thought it was a play ability.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
That's fine. You can still use these.
How do we know
Yeah.
that they're invulnerable?
We just do.
You just drop a potion. Glug, glug, glug.
Can you not see?
Oh yeah.
They've got the glowing
Is
shield
it because
around.
they're going din 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 din
That's
din
the-
din din
yeah,
din 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 din?
So let's attack
Kill him.
Kill them both.
that one.
With.
The
That
Lord.
one.
Yeah, so it has a before fight ability.
Yeah.
So that happens now.
Yeah.
So this
that
takes
gets
3 damage.
Now it says fight. Is
When
it
you
currently in
fight-
fighting?
No, it's when
it's
you
in
fight
defensive
with
mode.
it and it survives. So this takes 5 damage
Yeah.
and dies and deals 5 damage to that.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
invulnerable.
Yeah, I'm taking no damage.
Okay, it's dead.
Yeah, okay.
Right,
And then that's attacking.
yeah, and that dies.
Yeah. And then they're all refreshing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Draw back up to your hand size. You'll go.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to tell you now that Logos is going. Logos is sad,
Right.
and nothing's more dangerous than a sad Logos.
Okay.
So,
So you
drawing
go
a
to the
card.
library.
Mother is coming out,
Okay.
as is the bat drone, and a second bat drone.
God.
Right. Double bat drone. Bat drone, the skirmish ability is really good.
And then I'm going to play that to archive the top card of my deck.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Just put it over there, face down. Well, oh, yeah, no, over there 'cause it's off camera. Well, it's probably not. There's good.
Can you look at it?
And it's got amber on it.
Oh yeah,
Can you look at
I
it?
knew
Yes. Right. So you can look at your archive cards. You can have multiple archived cards. And at any point on your turn during step 2, you can take all of those archive cards back into your hand. So not now because you're in step 3. But
that. But I
On-
wanted
on
to
any-
be at step 2.
you'll be on step 2 too soon.
Okay.
Right, so that's what archiving does. Archiving, as far as I know, is unique to House Logos, from what I've seen, but I've seen very little of the game.
Now I draw up to 7.
Yes, so you draw those 2. Reshuffle your deck. So you've been through your deck once. Okay, there you go. Have a deck, draw some more cards. Paul's go.
So I'm going to be going with Brobnar.
Okay,
Play. So for the is that ones that are already out? Or
Yes.
is it, okay, so let's put that one out last.
but... Well, no. You can play that and it has an effect for the rest of the turn.
Okay.
But cards that you play will come into play exhausted. And therefore cannot fight. So that is going to allow these 3 to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Which is still pretty good. And remember
that
that's...
is also going to allow each one of those that then fights to get an amber.
Oh, you got the combo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you remember the potion of invulnerability is omni,
So you can
which
use
means
it.
you could use it even though you chose House Brognar.
Right. Which I will do.
Okay. So these 3 fight and kill these 3
So
Why do those two fight
Yeah.
as well?
because he played follow the leader.
yeah,
All friendly creatures may fight.
yeah.
That's not a creature. That's an action.
Yeah. So
As is that.
Yeah. I don't know why. You don't exhaust actions. You just
Yeah.
you just play them.
Which order have you played them?
Don't matter.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
So they can all fight.
Yeah.
You drank the potion of invulnerability, so nothing
Yeah.
can take damage.
So, but it's important which order I do it in.
It doesn't really matter.
Well, it does because if I do it with that one first and attack that one, it kills all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I can't fight with these 2.
Exactly. It
So
doesn't
I'll do
matter.
it with that one and that one and that. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They're all
I see
dead.
what you mean.
Because you're getting
Because
Yeah.
you want each one of them to
Yes,
fight.
I want them all
Right.
to fight, but none of them take any damage anyway.
Yeah, so
so
that
I'll
one
do
fights
that one,
that
fight that
one,
one,
that one fights that one,
and that one fights that
So
one.
those 3 are dead. You get 3 amber.
But yeah, if I did it in the wrong order, I'd only get 1 amber.
Absolutely. And then those 2 go to your discard pile, and then
Yeah.
that readies, and you draw back up to your hand size.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Gosh.
So it's 1 crab each, and 4-3 on the amber, but Paul has board position or board advantage at the moment.
Okay. Well, I'm going to choose Brobnar and hope that this swings it a little bit.
Okay?
I'm going to play Bumpsy.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm going to play Coward's End and destroy each undamaged creature and gain three chains.
Okay. All undamaged creatures are destroyed.
ah.
Have 3 chains. Now you can play Bumpsy.
Now I'm going to play Bumpsy, and your opponent loses a,
So you lose an amber.
Yeah.
and that is my turn.
Okay. So you have a hand size of 5. So
Which
the
I've
chains did prevent you from drawing, therefore you lose 1 chain. Okay. And then that readies. You go.
I'm going to be choosing.
So we are going to continue playing here, but if you want to stop watching, you can.
Don't.
If you want to continue to see how it goes.
I mean, this could get more exciting.
It could.
It might.
It's very even so far, but you've pretty much seen how the game plays.
I've got cards you don't even know about.
They're the ones that you've just created with this pen.
Yeah, they look slightly different on the card art. I'm going to be honest.
Little stick man.
One of them's called Jeff the Fighter.
Oh, Jeff. He's totally OP.
He gives you 9 amber.
9 amber.
And is invulnerable.
To nominate this, I'm going to. Well, that's an action. And that's a creature with an action.
It's a creature that can be used to do an action. So remember, when creatures are used, they either reap, fight, or do an action.
Okay.
It's a good card.
And now I discard those two.
So steal is similar to capture,
I'm assuming
but you
it's not
actually steal
on
it.
either side of it.
It is a flank.
It is a flank
Yeah,
creature.
exactly.
As far as I know, that is a flank creature.
Yeah.
It's at the end of a row.
Yeah.
A row of 1.
There is no FAQ available for this game yet. I mean, it's not out yet.
Well, I might as well play that one because there you go. Put it back in your hand.
No, it destroys it.
That one destroys it. So you could destroy
No,
it.
it's not on a flank. It is on a flank, so I can't
so
play
you discard
that
it.
one.
Not on
So
a
I've
flank.
discarded
Okay,
that.
you're playing that, right.
That one is put it back in the owner's hand.
Bumsy, are you sure? Have you seen what it does?
Stole one of your amber, didn't it? Well,
Oh yeah, no, all right, no, probably just discard
Sorry,
it then.
I can't hear you. I'm temporarily deaf.
Takes his backsies.
Are you taking
So
the
it-
back?
yeah.
It's a learning game.
Yeah,
If I
I just wanted to get rid of them because
it's
they're
so sad.
Yeah.
Because of that. Right, your go.
Well, I'm going to activate logos
Yeah.
and draw a
Draw a
card,
card.
but I also get to take this one back into my hand as part of
Well,
step 2.
before you do that,
Okay.
this is not step 2.
So this is
Using it is step 3.
Step 1, I don't want one of those.
Right, so step 2, you've chosen Logos. You may now take back all of your archive
Thank
cards
you.
into hand.
Okay.
Now you use it
Now
to draw
use
a
that
card.
to draw a card, which I can now look at. Oh, hello. So I can play that to get an amber
Okay.
and archive the top card of my deck.
Yep.
We should have done that last time.
I am going to play Phase Shift. You may play one non-logos card
So that's been played, that's been
this
played.
turn.
Yep.
So the non-logos is I'm going to play and choose a house and return each creature of that house. I'd like to return all my logos creatures, please.
Okay, nice combo.
is that to your hand, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm going to play that
Exhausted.
and that
Yeah.
and that.
Yeah.
I'm also going to
Play the Ganymede
Play that.
Archivist. Yeah.
Don't have a key then.
and
There's a key.
That's it.
that's it.
It's in your-
Well,
in your
no,
deck.
which...
It's in your- it's good.
Oh, yeah, non-Logos card was that.
Yeah,
Right,
to
okay.
allow me to get
To
those
allow you to
cards.
get all of those out. Right.
Gosh.
Boom.
But I lose one of those and only go up to
You lose
5.
one then and draw it up to 5.
Right, let's go with Brobnar. So we better play that one first.
Exhausted.
Yeah, so that doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Return each other... Oh, friendly. Right, yeah. I was going to say, how can you return that to your hand, but it has the word friendly.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
which is why I played that one first.
Oh, exactly,
'cause
yes.
otherwise I'd be getting the ones back like
Yeah, but Bumsy is
And then
great.
you can play it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it comes into
Well, I
play,
have
it
a
all
lot
goes
of
back,
Bumsy,
comes
yeah.
into play again.
Yeah.
I'm going to stun a creature.
Okay. Which is the oil barrel tokens.
Right.
Again.
They are stunning.
Yeah, they are. Do you want to know what stun does?
Well, I assume it takes it out of play for the next round.
Ish. The next time that creature tries to do something, the stun token is removed instead.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not even just for the next round, it's until you try and use
come
it.
to use it, yeah.
I guess it's going to be that one.
They're both the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to do that one? Which
No,
exactly
because
the
that was
same.
on a flank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does this have to go on a Brobnar? An
No.
upgrade?
No.
It can go on anything.
Yep.
So he still can attack this round.
Exactly.
Can he?
He will be in a minute, yeah.
Okay.
I'll play this one.
Okay.
Well, actually, any of them could. So actually, let's use that one.
You want to put it on that one, don't you? That's got the best ability. You want to keep it alive for as long as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, a 10 power pit demon.
Gosh.
And you get an amber for playing it.
And I get an amber for playing it. And then I played that one. Already in fight with a friendly creature. Does that have to go next to the other problem?
That's an action card.
So it is. Okay. So, yeah, ready in fight. One of the
That's
other.
got an amber on it as well.
Oh yeah.
That's what what's missing there. Take that one, and take that one.
Yep. So that takes 2 damage.
Yeah.
And that dies.
Yeah.
The skirmish ability is only when it is fighting. Yeah, those bat drones are really annoying. Right, you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Guys ready? What you gonna do?
Still haven't seen the one you were talking about.
No, it must be just in there.
Which one? Because it's that that you
The
played.
key.
No, it's gone.
How's it gone?
Oh, what
Yeah.
does it do?
It blows everything up.
Wipes everybody
Oh,
out.
yeah, no, I played that ages. I started with that in the end. But I've shuffled them back in since then,
Okay.
I think.
With this fella.
Yeah. Not sure.
No, the key to this is in here.
So,
Right. Choose a house.
Bumpsy. So I'm going to use
House
whatever
Brogmar.
Brogmar. So for the remainder of this turn, each friendly creature may fight,
Nice.
Nice.
and the fire spitter's out. Bumpsy is going to...
So
Like-
Bumpsy doesn't have to fight. Bumpsy can do whatever Bumpsy does.
And all of these can fight, but
They
don't
can
have
fight,
to.
but they don't have to. But this is awesome when it fights.
Yes, but I can't because it's stuck.
You could get rid of it.
So,
But I'll
so
get
you
rid of
use
something
it. Yeah.
and tap it. So that if I was to fire at that, it would kill whatever attacks it.
Yes.
Why is Bumpsy good?
Because his flavour text is cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you use
I guess it
mothers
doesn't
to-
matter.
During a draw cards phase.
I will, when I draw cards, I will do.
You get an extra one.
So I'm going to go kill War Drummer and take 3 damage back. And Reap with him.
You can reap with him. Yep. So you just exhaust it and get an amber.
But he can't reap because
Nope.
he can only
You can
fight.
only fight because of.
And I'm going to choose
Yes.
not to.
Okay. So they close ranks. And you're all done. So you draw
So
up
I
to
draw
5
up
because
to 5,
of the chain, but then
and
an
then
extra
that's
one
6,
because of
and then I lose the chain.
Yeah.
I want Bumpsy out before I play that. But I want that because annoying.
Have you dabbled much in the way of card games, collectible card games before?
I was
Yeah,
once
exactly.
taught Magic
What you
Right,
want.
it
and
steals one
was
of them,
terrified
you
of
know.
it because
Okay.
I
Better
figured
try and
I
get Bumpsy out, then
didn't-
play it.
I could see myself right at the top of a rabbit hole,
Yeah.
Wait
and I
until
could see
he's got 6.
how far the rabbit hole
Yeah.
went down, and my bank manager advised me not to. So no, I
yeah.
haven't played many
He's not gonna
CCGs.
get one
I
first
have
one, though, is he? So he's not
designed a
gonna
few
get
card
6.
games, as you know,
Okay,
but
You get a key before you can use that.
nothing
If you're going to
quite like this.
This next go.
Yeah, at the moment there isn't anything quite like this, both in terms of gameplay and
But the fact
obviously
that every deck is
the
different
distribution model that we
interests
mentioned.
me.
Yeah,
Because it means you can't go out and just buy the model of people just having more money than you so they can go and buy a better deck than you.
there's discussions.
Theoretically.
There's discussions going on at the moment about, and there was some people discussing this on social media earlier this week to say that this is a pay-to-win game. I completely disagree with that point.
In
of view.
that you find someone who's got a good set and buy it off them.
Yeah, theoretically. Somebody has a really, really good deck that does really, really, really well because it's computer algorithm, puts it online, puts the deck list online and says, I want $300 for this, and somebody buys it and then starts winning. Okay, right, but it's not like... It's I don't know.
I'd be surprised if that's doable.
We will see.
We will see.
We will see what happens.
Yeah, so I'm nominating this. I'm going to play this.
Creeping Oblivion
Which
sounds
gets me
nice.
That I'm going to do.
Which 2 cards do you want to get rid of?
Could be your discard pile. Or
It
theirs.
could.
Yeah, it's going to be that one. I'm going to do that as well though, so I'm going to shuffle that back in.
Okay.
That's this, so I can do that
You can,
action.
yeah, so you just exhaust the card
Yeah.
and steal
Steal
one.
one.
No, steal, not capture.
Oh!
So it
Yeah,
goes to you.
there you go.
Oh!
Yeah.
So that's going in as well.
Shuffle your hand and discard.
That's going in as well.
And you done?
After me.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh, what, 2 cards?
You purged 2 of those cards. But you can now be starting your turn and leave ready again.
Did you want to use that as well?
Oh, and
Save, is it?
No, I don't think
It's got
so.
4 here.
Yeah. Yeah, and
You
I
gotta
need
tell
to
it.
declare that I have 6 or more.
I wouldn't worry about it. You don't.
in the rules it says you have to say check.
Oh, really?
It's a bit,
Checkmate.
yeah, it seems a bit
So
odd.
I'm playing dis.
Not dart.
No, not
Yeah,
that at
let's
all.
do it out of the game.
That's what he's doing
There
to
you go. Need to draw back up to hand size thing.
No, no,
So-
no, the hand size of 0.
I'm going to play that action. Each undamaged creature captures 1
Oh.
from its opponent.
Oh.
So 1,
Each.
2.
Each
3,
creature,
4.
each undamaged creature captures 1 from its opponent.
Yeah,
And you get an amber for playing it.
yeah. Then
Yeah.
but
I'm gonna
it's still
play-
mine.
play Charette, which captures 3.
How much did you have?
Then I'm going to
As I
play
say, it's all
the
10
Terror. If your opponent has no amber, gain 2.
Oh,
Nice. Exhausted. Yeah.
And then I'm going to play... Have you got the one there you can reset the world?
No.
No.
Yet.
Yet.
Yeah, okay.
That's a lot of creatures.
I'm going to discard that one
Mm-hmm.
without doing anything. Oh no. It gets me an amber. I'm going to put that out because reasons.
Gosh. Really need that key now.
And I'm tempted.
Play that before you did any of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Kill that one, get through.
I would have had to have done the undamaged thing first.
Yes.
So I would all of the 4 that were out already.
Yeah. But then before you play these 3,
Yes.
you do that.
Yes.
Right, okay, so these 3 are not quite there just
So
yet.
that's there, which gets me an amber,
Everything takes a damage.
but everything takes 1 damage.
Yeah, run out of cubes.
Okay.
And those 2? No, expert.
These were not
And then
there.
they'll
Paul
come
did
out.
that, and then he played these.
Right, fine.
And I now have 6, by the way.
You have 7, don't you?
You got 7.
7.
Yeah.
Cheating.
I
Check.
think that really matters because I'm.
And I draw 1 additional card.
Yes, you draw up to 7.
Okay.
1,
Right.
2.
I'm going to play I'm going to nominate Brobnar.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be
Burn
doing
the
that.
stockpile by any chance?
Sorry.
Burn the stockpile by any chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Lose
Lose
4.
4. That's why it mattered if you had 7 and not 6.
Yeah. If your opponent has 7.
And if I hadn't have played that last card, I would have
Yeah,
had 6.
I know, and I was thinking, go on,
I didn't
play
even
it, play it, play it.
Okay.
And this is what's quite cool about once you have played these 2 decks against each other a number of times,
Yeah.
you get to know them. But then you play a different deck and it works in a completely different way.
Yeah, and then we'll use that to attack that, which does
What,
5
just
damage.
fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that kills that,
that. I get those back.
and that kills that.
Kills
Another.
that.
Onto
No,
the
that onto there. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And that's
Close
it.
ranks. I think that's your discard.
That is my discard.
Okay. Done.
It'd be really interesting to see what other decks are like.
Yeah, there's a few videos online of other people playing them, and a few people, I believe, have scanned in the cards, and there are a number of decks available on Tabletop Simulator, which I don't use. But
So I'm going to go for Brobnar and put the Rock Hurling Giant out, then discard the Headhunter,
yeah,
which does 4 damage to that, making it 5 damage.
which is
You
not
kill-
going to kill it.
It's 10.
That's 5. Oh, it's 10. We're not going to do that.
We didn't do it. I could have just rewound it on the video.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's alright.
How stupid do I feel? That is incredibly random.
So how many packs of this rate are you going to buy when it...
I should have played that one.
Did you have that?
Oh, no, that's capture, not steal.
Yeah.
How many packs are you going to buy when it comes out?
2.
Yeah. I think 2's a good start.
Play it then.
Because then you can play it, you know,
as well.
with Victoria and see if you like it.
So is everyone dating a Victoria?
Yes.
Is that
It's a
my
everyone's called
wife is
Paul.
Victoria?
So my partner is Vicky, Paul's partner is Vicky, and Rick's partner is a Victoria.
Yes, but
rather than a Vicky.
some people have been known to
My wife's Victoria when she's been bad.
But yeah,
Like,
on a Sunday.
if she's
on the
annoying
naughty
me.
I should change my name to Paul. Make it so much easier.
It would. Yeah.
So I'm going to do this.
Okay.
That never gets old either.
No, absolutely not. So I'm going to use this. So reaping this
Yeah. So you get
gives
an
me
amber.
an amber, and you have to discard a card at random.
Oh,
And then that one's a reap.
Yeah.
So you discard a card at random.
No,
It doesn't do that.
no.
It just gets me another one.
Yeah.
Have I just taken one or
You
not?
did. Yeah.
Okay.
You had 3. You now got 5.
And I'm going to play that,
Discard
which gets me
another
an
card at random.
amber, and discard a card at random.
No, that's right, actually. That's fine.
And I'm going to play that creature, which heals up to 2 damage from a creature,
You put it
and
on
deal
something
that
else.
creature to something else. So it's up to 2 from one creature, yes?
Yes. Heal up to 2 damage from a creature. And put it on something else.
So it's best to do that.
Okay.
And that one, so
It's
he
another
must
creature.
he must pay me 1
We need
to use an artifact.
Here's me thinking that we had enough space here. Are we still? Oh, we still have plenty of space. We can go that way a bit if we need to. And you don't want to do that now.
No, I'm going to discard it, I think. And then draw up to 7.
Yes.
Wow.
And all of your cards.
By the
ready.
way, I have 6 amber.
I don't think I've ever seen that many creatures in play.
No one has.
Ever. But anything could happen in the next half hour.
Really annoying.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to do that.
Yeah.
So he's got a card now. That one that where you need 7, it needs me to have 7. There are things
You now know that.
But there are things he could do where he can give me. He can deliberately play a thing that gives me an amber.
You could.
Like there are ways that, not saying he can now,
Yeah.
but there are ways he can return an amber to me so that I now have 7,
Yeah.
and then play a card.
If this was to die, for example,
If that was to die, for example.
that would go back there.
Yeah, I know. It's alright, it's going through my head.
And this is one thing.
Because I've got another card in my hand that's relates to having 7.
This is one of the things that when I was given the sort of the sales pitch of the game is
Oh, I didn't
the more
think
you
I
play
could
your
do that,
deck, the
damn.
more you'll get used to it, and the more you'll learn about how that deck plays, and you'll learn some combos and things like that. Because of course, in a game where you build your own deck,
It'll kill it, is there?
you should know how it works. I mean, most of the time you just
7 damage.
download one off the internet.
Oh, no. If I use an artifact,
Yeah, you got to pay 1.
I've got to pay 1.
You have to pay 1.
Yeah,
Gets him 7.
Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
Lovely.
So you're going to use that artifact
Which one though?
Oh, now what point does this one fire?
when you use it.
So then I lose all these cards?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'd use this one.
So you're going to use that, which means you have to pay
Which
1.
means I have to pay
But I
1.
now need more.
Right.
Which means I'll then... So, by the way, I'm choosing
This.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Except it only has 2 health, but it is elusive. But don't worry about it, you'll kill it next turn easily. But it's
What
quite
does
funny.
elusive mean?
The first time it's attacked, the fight doesn't happen.
no,
Your
no,
creature
no,
goes
no.
off looking for it, can't find it, and then the next creature comes along and then the next creature.
So it's,
comes
you'd,
Divine
it'd be
shit,
useful
right?
to have a few creatures.
Before-
If you had a few creatures, you'd be fine.
Before I play that one, I was going to use this one to steal.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So this
Uh,
went out a bit.
but then,
That doesn't
Then he
steal,
didn't have
that's goes
seven.
to there.
Steal, yeah.
but
no,
then he didn't have
I don't
seven.
have
I
seven.
didn't have 7 then.
Oh yeah, no.
So you didn't.
No.
No.
Leave that on
I'll
there.
leave that on there.
Reap.
Yeah, I'll reap with that.
So, yeah, turn it sideways, get one.
Yeah. That one is.
That one is exhausted.
That one is exhausted. That one is exhausted. Then
Now
I'll
you're
play
going to
that
use
one.
that. You have to pay one.
You have to pay me
Give
one.
him one. Oh yeah.
Still want to do it?
Yeah, no, rather than reaping with that one.
Oh, okay, you're going to use the artifact first.
Yeah.
Ah, nice, yes.
Yeah, I'll pay him and then I'll steal it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, because
Yeah.
yes, because
Yeah.
you can shuffle
Yeah.
everything back in
Yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then I'll shuffle everything back in.
There you go. And now everything ready's.
Nice.
Right. You got this. You got.
I'm hoping.
Whichever house you choose, you're going to be able to do
Reapity,
some
reap, reap.
mighty damage here.
Reap cheap.
Okay, how long has the video been so far? I don't know how to tell.
44 days.
Take your card, I took too many.
No, I'm not
I
sure.
can't count.
1 hour, 20 minutes, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Games should be 20 to 30 minutes. But of course, but you're both learning it and you're both having to read your cards.
Yeah.
So once you know the deck and once you know what you're doing, you can play games in about 30 minutes, I think.
I think it'll extend out to not getting anywhere. You have a bunch of stuff, it's stolen.
Yeah.
Yes,
Stuff's
depending
gone.
on the deck.
So I'm gonna
both
play the
these
line-
decks have got discs.
I'm going to
and
play the Library of Babel
They do that.
and get that back into my hand.
We do that in step 2.
So step 1,
Step 1, do you want to forge a key? No.
No.
Step 2, you can take that back into your hand and choose a house.
Library of Babel. No, whatever
How's
it's
Logos?
called. Logos.
Use the Library of Babel to draw a card. And now you can use this one, and this one.
So I'm going to play that. Each player loses half their things rounding down the loss.
So you lose 1.
And I get a chain. Play the top card of my deck and gain
Ooh, random randomness. The wild wormhole. And it is.
a fire spitter.
Okay. So
Another creature.
another creature.
It's insane.
I'm going to take control of the enemy flank.
Oh, okay.
What does that do to these?
I wouldn't do that.
Because if he kills it, he gets
I
some.
would just kill it. No, you would still get
Yeah.
it. I would just attack it with that
Okay,
and
so
kill
I'll
it.
take
I
this
like
one.
the idea of the other end.
Yeah. So where's this coming into play? Here.
Oh, God.
Oh, this is silly.
God.
This is your removed from game pile.
2 rows.
Yeah.
I'm going to do
Oh,
a creature. Gain 1 for every forge key your opponent has.
okay.
So I gain 1.
So is that going here?
And then I'm going to do a little bit of attacking
With House Logos.
with House Logos, which has got a few things on the board.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 creatures.
So I'm going to do a fight, which steals 1,
Yeah,
and it doesn't get any damage in return, but it does 2 attack damage,
it kills that.
which kills that and takes all of these.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Things aren't looking great.
That's that one.
I can't.
Is there any benefit to having more than
No.
6 earlier? There's
Well, yeah,
actually
because you
6.
save whatever's
He's
left.
only stealing
And then you do it again
one.
next time.
So I'm going to reap.
So
allows me
archive
to
card is
archive
from
these
hand.
cards.
I've got him one.
Yeah,
Unless-
no,
unless it
I'm
says
saying it's
otherwise.
just the stuff that would come back to me.
Right.
Something's not adding up
2,
somewhere.
3, 4, 5 there.
Because I
That was your
got
one.
extra ones,
That was your
and there's
one.
only 5 out there now.
That one was your one. That was on
Yeah.
your guy.
Yeah.
So that one
And
is.
that gets me another one. Did you
No,
take the
that
one
one's
that I
mine.
gave for reaping?
No.
No,
No, it's mine.
He just took that card off of you, so that one is Paul's, isn't it?
that is actually...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your card, but that's Paul's.
Because
Amber.
it was.
Oh, yeah,
All of this is your
yeah.
amber.
Yeah, no,
Except for that
but
one.
I had
And-
6 and I've added one, and he's only stolen one, so something's not adding up somewhere.
What do you mean?
Don't worry about it.
No, what do you mean? You had 6 and
Well, at one point I had enough to get a key.
You lost one.
To lose one.
I lost. You lost.
Oh, I
one.
lost
You
one
lost
as
one.
well.
Yeah.
That's why.
So that is all of those cards,
Right.
And I'm going to discard one as well.
Okay. And then you're done.
2, 2,
And you lose the last of your chains.
2.
And you draw up to 6 because of mother.
Because of mother.
Yeah.
So.
Are we almost?
1.
We are.
2.
What?
It's end of deck.
3.
For the second time.
Oh, by the way, I've got 6 or more.
Yeah, I had noticed. Yeah.
Although those cards where you lose half.
I'm going to nominate
quite
something and
painful
throw
now.
them away.
Okay. Then draw back up to your hand size.
Seriously?
Yeah. What's the point?
You need your reset button. as quick
You've got
as possible.
reset buttons in there somewhere.
Well, somewhere. That's what he's looking for.
Well, if he's really doing that, I'm going to just take 6
Yeah.
and make a key.
You can only make 1 key per turn. Can't you?
Yeah.
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 And then you could just reap with loads and hope Paul hasn't got a reset button.
Which.
You have to play it and then use it anyway.
Yeah.
don't you?
Sorry, not the reset button. Yeah. But this is it. Once the game gets to this stage, I mean, we are
Concede.
an hour and 20
Can
in.
you kill your own?
I'm not sure. If it says deal damage to something, then yes.
Right,
yeah.
okay, so that's unfortunate that there's not much in there. That's really unfortunate.
Okay.
I would, if you just reap with 3 things, then even if he does that, you still win. Unless he's got tricks up his sleeve. He might have tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, no, I would have if my discard pile was bigger. But this isn't going to help.
Just because I think it's funny.
Destroy all creatures.
No, well, I'm choosing Brobnar
Yeah.
and putting that on there.
Right.
It's well, I want to do one where it's fight. That one. So, then I'm going to play Rock Hurling Giant.
Mm-hmm.
Each time you discard a Brobnar card, you may deal 4 damage.
Just to a creature. Okay.
And for the remainder of this turn...
That's only enemy creatures, of which there are none.
Oh, in that case I won't be doing any of this.
You're going to blow all your creatures up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Um,
That's a shame.
Okay, so you get an amber for playing it. Okay, so these 3 are on the end.
Huge army.
Insane amount of creatures, and you're just discarding that. So reap, reap,
Almost the whole deck of creatures.
and reap. So you get 3 amber. There you go. Right.
I have 6 or more.
Well, you have 9. So even if you use the lash,
Yeah, there's no point.
can you do anything?
No.
There you go. Well done. So
You're going to make your key.
yeah, so you forge your 3rd key or crab,
Ta-da!
and there you go. So that's a bit of a teach, walk through, play through, whatever. Do you want to give your first impressions of the game, good or bad?
I enjoyed it.
It goes on way too long.
I don't
You were
think
learning.
I don't think it would go on that long
No,
if we.
it's 30 minutes.
If I think it's a much faster game once you know what you're doing.
It's a case of reading the cards.
Yeah. And once you know the cards,
There's a
you
sync
slam
time.
them
Yeah,
down.
if I allowed for that, maybe not so much, but it felt way too long.
I tell you what I don't like, and that is the fact that every deck is going to be asynchronous.
Asymmetric.
Asymmetric, yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Is I will come across some people. I could just go and play against Jeff, and
Jeff, yeah.
and he bought his deck with him that he bought at the shops, and I bought my deck,
£300.
and I bought a deck, and he bought a deck, and
Yeah.
we sat and played against each other, and my deck will be much weaker than his just by chance.
That's what these are for.
But I won't, when I go to my local club,
Yeah.
I won't have a system for getting
No.
these.
You'll go there and you'll play somebody and you'll beat them.
Or he'll destroy me
Yeah.
and then laugh at me.
Well,
Like,
that's Jeff.
yeah, I mean, he does.
You're absolutely right. And again, this is totally unknown.
Yes.
From my experience of playing these 2 decks against each other, these 2 decks seem to be relatively balanced. I have no idea if the next deck that I get is going to be awful.
But have you seen anyone with 18 creatures?
I
out?
haven't, but I've seen this deck played 10 times, and this has never happened. Because the reset buttons. I mean, where did your other reset buttons go? Did you just not get them?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Third from the bottom.
Right. But there's 3 in there.
Yeah.
There's 3 ways of doing it.
Yeah.
So that could happen.
In actual fact, if I'd had a bigger discard pile because of that card, that would have been really good. But I needed a big discard pile for it to be useful.
Yeah.
Because if I could have, I was thinking of like installing for, but then once he got over 8, that was irrelevant anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, we time will tell whether somebody out there will buy a deck and it will just be amazingly uber powerful, or they'll buy another deck and it's awful. It's one thing that concerns me is that I buy a pack and then that deck just loses every single game.
And I can't ever improve it.
You can't ever improve it, and you can't trade it with anybody because nobody will want it.
No.
But you can say, okay, I still want to play this deck, but you start with 3 chains.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no point in playing this deck. So, introducing the handicapping system in yourself. But
don't get me wrong, I like the chain system. I feel like you can. It's very difficult to play test every deck against every deck if there are randomly
there's
generated
14
decks.
quadrillion combinations.
Exactly. I mean, I doubt that he's play tested it like every set 10 times.
Probably
Because that's 140 quadrillion play tests.
Yeah.
And I very much doubt he's done more than 20 quadrillion. Tests.
Maybe 25.
Well, yeah, and that means that there's going to be quite a few quadrillion he's not thoroughly play tested.
Yeah, exactly.
But how different are they going to be?
Yes.
That's the next question.
Yeah, I don't know. In games where you can construct your own deck, you can construct some weird and wonderful decks that work in a very specific way and do a very specific thing. In this game, I think all decks are going to be roughly doing the same thing, just in a different way.
The other thing that
they're all going to have creatures. They're all going to be.
I don't know if Paul agrees here. I'm intrigued to see how much actually we influenced the game ourselves and how much it was. Because I often felt, excuse me, I often felt that I was doing what felt like the best thing I could possibly do with the hand I had.
Okay.
That doesn't mean it was the best thing I could do, but it felt like, I've got 4 cards of that type.
I know what you mean. Yeah. As I say, I've only played this 4 or 5 times myself. I felt that I have had decisions to make, and sometimes it isn't obvious what those decisions are. But I know what you're saying, and I feel that with certain other games. So one of the reasons why I went off Magic, it was, I now play a land. Do I have a land? Yes, I'll play a land. Right, now do I have a 1 mana costing creature? Yes, so I tap my mana. I felt that it was very much...
The game was
it was like the round when I had 6 Sanctum cards. Well...
Yeah, you choose 6 Sanctum cards. So there are definitely times when the game is telling you what the best move is.
Having said that, I like the fact that it's a different idea to...
Yeah, be interesting to see how it plays.
I'm a big fan of any game which is doing something different that other games aren't doing.
Yeah, it's new, it's exciting, and as I say, long term, who knows? This might completely crash and burn, and everybody in 3 months' time might be going, what a crazy idea.
You say about once you know your deck, but the trouble is, every time you play somebody with a new deck, you're always going to be having to read that and reading it upside down. So it's always going to slow down when you come across a new deck.
Yeah, but a lot of the abilities are the same. So you now know capture, you now know steal, you now know reap, so you will learn all of that. There's 3 houses in the game which I don't have any cards of. So the rulebook contains all of these keywords at the back, some of which I don't have. So they will change things.
What I would like to see it done is when we're playing cards, I would actually play the cards in 3 rows, because you play them in the rows of the house that you're playing. I wonder whether that would be, if I play all of those. I play I'm house ruling. Yeah.
No, I think it needs 1 battle line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
For flags.
So we need to invest in bigger tables.
Yeah. Bigger tables, certainly for
larger frame size for.
Yes. Move the camera closer towards the ceiling.
I mean, if we remove the ceiling, and film upstairs somewhere.
I'll speak to Vicky about getting some renovations done to the house. Anyway, right. Thank you very much. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. This was a playthrough and teach of KeyForge, coming in Q4 of 2018. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Which one of us do you want to forget a rule and keep forgetting it? Because
Right.
both of us are well known for doing that.
Yeah. Are we ready?
I'm born ready.
Okay.